How's the car?
Yeah, let's look at we're gonna start first by looking at DXY, right? So I'm on the weekly time frame on DXY, guys. So I'll just zoom in the structure so that I could see. So I'm on the weekly time frame, right? So my main focus will be what's happening now, not what happened previously. So okay, you could see this is the lower low that I have. Is it visible, right? That's the lower low that I have. And then this is to be the highest height that I'm having, you know. So after having my highest height and lowest low, I could like zoom in the structure. As you could see there, you have a sort of like a pattern, 1, 2, 3. And then there was the break of the 1, 2, 3. And then now technically you have your 90% 90% through. And remember, all the things are happening on the on the weekly. So from the weekly time frame, you go to the you go to the daily time frame. So as you go into the daily time frame, you could see that what you did on the weekly still makes sense. You just have to fix your trends, you know. So let's say I'll push my upper trend to this level. So it gives me what it gives me now touches. You could see 1, 2, 3. So that was a perfect one, right, guys? So when that was a perfect one, you have to also move this one. Okay, let's move this one. So it's everything is you guys understand so far. So after the year, guys, you could still see that there were 1, 2, 3 inside. So we call these patterns inside patterns, you know, guys, which they were making sense. There was a break of structure and price kept dropping. Price has to come reach the 90% rule. So from the daily, guys, we're gonna head up to the 4 hour. So in the 4 hour, you'll see a lot of impulse correction, yeah, correct. This is the 4 hour, guys, you know. So now it's the 2 hour. So it is the 2 hour. Let me go to the 4 hour. So in the 4 hour, you could see on how price was going. Price was going in these formations, you know. So this was supposed to be your first entry. And then after the break, price gave you what? Gave you another entry, which is a correction. And then again, price gave you an impulse. And now it's giving you what? A correction to go to the 90% rule. So if we were to go to the, what do you call it, to the 2 hour, that's when you can see most of those stocks, you know, guys. You know, it's not knowing how to analyze the fit. I don't want to lie. You see, so now it means that how many opportunities have you missed? Hey, there are a lot of opportunities that you could have had here, guys, you know. So this was the first one, the 1, 2, 3. Then you had this pattern. Then now price is giving you these. So when price gives you that, what can we expect when price is like that? We can expect that price can like push up again to that level, but then the level that we wanna reach is that level, you know. So that has to be your what? That has to be your take profit zone. That has to be your take profit what? Take profit zone. So the formation of this thing, guys, is 1, 2, 3. So I'm gonna show you entries. We have different types of entries, you know. The first entry we have is the risk entry. What's a risk entry? I'll show you what's a risk entry. So okay, guys, where's the T? So now I'll start with the risk entry. Okay, risk entry. So okay, guys, you see, as you could see there, I wrote risk entry. When I say a risk entry, I'm talking about a setup which you don't have any confirmation on, you know. So if you don't have a confirmation, we call that a risk entry. 1, 2, taking a setup on the third touch, that's a risk entry. But then, okay, as price goes down with an impulse, then it gives you a correction, which is this one, 1, 2. It now changes from a risk entry to what? To reduce the risk entry. What reduced risk? Reduced risk entry, it's when you have a what? A confirmation after the break. So here is the reduced risk entry. You understand? The reason it's a reduced risk entry is because they are what? They are confirmations to the setup. Is everything clear, guys? When you have confirmation to the setup, then now it turns from a reduced, from a risk entry to the reduced risk entry. Why? Because you are having a confirmation. So first one that we're gonna take setup first, the first setup was that one, which you were gonna take from there to that level. I think I had this analysis last week and I even posted it, you know. So another one that we're gonna be having is this one from that level. So now you're trading the reduced risk entries, you know, guys. And then you would have had it till this level, and now you are on almost the same formation, you know. So when the formation is like this, we can use the what tool, which is the what, guys, the bar pattern. I took the impulse. That's the only thing I have interest in, the impulse. So when you connect it to here, it can give you the what, the almost direction on where price is gonna go. So now you can still be able to see price doing what, we can still be able to see price dropping, because from this level, we need to expect price to at least drop a little bit. It has to drop from that level till this level, based on the what, based on the use of the what do we call, based on the use of the bar pattern, you know, guys. So I use bar patterns to my advantage. Is everything clear so far, guys?
Everything is clear.
Okay, is everything clear? That's perfect. So you see, guys, how we had this thing, as just by the knowledge, things keep repeating themselves, you know. Things keep repeating themselves. Nothing fancy that we could say happened in the market. There was just proper knowledge on price, you know, guys. So this is how you have it, even on the 1 hour, stuff like that. You're done with each setup. You understand? So when you're done with the setup, then you can like move to another one. Like, okay, if you have a question, guys, you can write it on the what do you call, on the chat. Let me see the message. I can't hear anything. Guys, can't you hear anything? Say, guys, can't you hear me?
I can hear you.
Someone said that they can't hear me. Let me go to the chat again. Yes. Okay, if you can hear me, then it's perfect. Then it means the person who can't hear me, they have a network problem. Okay, guys. Which pair would you like us to go next, guys? Because I've done the DXY. You know, a lot of time I like doing the DXY.
USD.
Sorry.
Let's check GBP USD.
Okay, GBP USD. You love currency?
Yeah, too much, bruh.
Currency will make you take time to buy a car. I'm
Yeah,
joking.
no problem. But at least
I'm joking. I just play. Okay, so now we on what do you call? We are on GBP USD, right? So with the GBP USD, we could see the higher height. That was the higher height, and we could see the possible lower low. This was the possible lower low. And so okay, and we have the important level, which was this one, and we have the lowest low of the what of the market, which is that one. So here, the interest part, it was just we were highlighting levels only. So there's nothing to do. So I'll move to the what, to the daily time frame. So being on the daily time frame, I could move. So now that's when we can use the trend line scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And then now we move to the what, to the 4 hour. So being on the 4 hour with such trends, I have to fix my trends, you know. The real reason why they say trend line can't work, they can't use them. Understand? So if they can't use them, they're scared that if they were to come to us and learn, they feel like they'll say they're amateurs. So okay, if you can check, guys, on the lower low we have 1, 2 touches, perfect touches. Remember, we come with a setup from a higher scale, which was the what, which was the bigger time frame. So now I'm here. So we have 1, 2. So I could say I'm expecting price to give me my what, to give me my third touch. 1, 2. I'm expecting a third touch here, which could happen. You know, price could come impulse. It gives you a mini correction, then we go down, and then we break that level, and then we see price doing that, you know. So those are just possibilities that could happen in this thing, guys. This could happen and this couldn't happen. So when it comes to the market, you don't tell yourself that, okay, you know what, I'm the master. There are always things that could happen in the market that could like shock you, you know, guys. But then so far we see this pattern, we see a pattern like this. And like, I feel like there's a lot of interest in such a pattern. Like, are we on the same page, all of us, guys?
sure, no.
If we are still on the same page, let me move to the entry time frame, the 2 hour. Nowadays, I move to the 2 hour for entry, and I'll explain why. But then if you could see, there was a double what? There was a double top there. So technically, if there was a double top, it gives me the right to say, okay, you know what? Let's sell, thank you. Let's sell GBP USD. So if you were looking at GBP USD right now, you could sell GBP USD. This could be your take profit level. Why am I saying that should be your take profit level? Because price can never promise that it will reach the 90% rule, you know? That's why most of the time people say, yo, your trend lines didn't reach your take profit. We can even say that's a take profit level number one, and then you can just involve with the market. Is everything clear, guys? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So with this pair, is there anyone who has a question or anything based on the pair?
Manando, I do have a question.
If there's
So,
someone's
based
background, there's noise. I think there's a kid making noise. Can you please work on that one? Oh, and guys, okay, before you have a question, on the 1 hour, we could see that we have a pattern there. And the pattern that we have, it's a correctional pattern from the past. So now automatically I know the price has to come down. Yeah, you can ask your question. I'll go back to my entry time frame, the 2 hour, relax there, and like wait for everything to play out.
Okay, cool. Based on this is because usually GBP USD you'll have to also look at the DXY. What? And the dollar index, you have showed that it's a sell. Based on it will go up and then continue to rally down. So based on that now, and then you say GBP USD will then also sell.
Can I advise you on something?
Please, bro.
I feel like you guys need to stop with these correlation things and start trading what you see. You understand? Because correlations, they don't always correlate. That's one thing I'll tell you for sure. So when they say when GBP USD is buying what is selling, don't just believe in such things. You understand? I think it's best trading what you see rather than using correlation. I hope I make enough sense there. You get what I'm saying, guys?
Sure. Sure, I get you.
Correlation sometimes can get you ruined, but then trading what you see can never get you in the wrong side of the market. Remember, when you see a double bottom, trade a double bottom. Just because someone sees a double top and you see a double bottom, it doesn't mean that other person is right. You might be right, you know. So with these correlations, 90% of the time is just guesswork, you know. Yeah, they can say they've tested it and it worked there and there, but then it doesn't mean you need to like fully rely on correlations and say, okay, just because DXY these, sometimes the market will surprise you and you'll be surprised. I don't want to lie. The market will surprise you and you will be surprised. Is there any more questions? Any more questions, guys?
We can continue, Nandus.
What are we continuing on now? Because with GBP USD.
Manando, if you can please do gold for me, please.
Look at my gold. Last week I had this sale. You see, I got this sale. This was my analysis on gold for the previous weeks. So I had a sale and check myself. Didn't reach my TP though, but then still got it. Okay, let's look at gold. So now I'm looking at gold, there, guys. So on gold, that's my highest height. That's my lowest low. And then let's see if we can have 3 touches. We do have 3 touches, 1, 2, 3. And even at the top, if I want it, I do have 1, 2. So what if I say I'm going for the 3rd touch? But I'll have to move to the daily. So on the daily, if you were to check, again, starting from the higher height, you take a trend line, you have your breakout there, you take a trend line, you see, so there's a break of structure. So when there's a big break of structure, you have to have a retest, you know, because price most of the time it has to do a break and retest, but it's fine. So from now, I'll just have a levels where price can turn. This is a level where price could turn, and this is a level where price you have to take a profit. And the chances of price not reaching that level, they are very high. So from the daily, we have to move to the 4-hour. Okay, perfect. Now we are on the what? Now we are on the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour, this is how price moves. Price moves in an impulse correction, impulse correction. First, we had this one here. We had this one. Price broke. Price gave you another correction. And another entry. But guys, do you realize how many times price gave you an entry here? I even lost count on how many times price gave us an entry. So now you need to just wait for the continuation. So price, if you're looking at gold, you need to be looking at more of buys than sellers. You get what I'm saying, guys? That's how I see gold. But then, if price breaks this level, now guys, you're going there. You understand? If only price breaks that level. So you see that even on the daily, guys, it's clear. I think gold doesn't need that much of a breakdown. You understand? Gold doesn't need that much of a breakdown. Is it?
Okay, true. Yeah, it's clear.
Yeah, but only if price breaks that level. If price breaks that level, that's when you're gonna look at opportunities of you going long on gold, you know. So you can take this as a December trade. You open it today, then you hold till next year. If only price breaks that level.
Cool. Thanks, man.
Remember what I'm saying. Only if price breaks that level. So there will be someone who doesn't understand, you know, because this is the bigger time frame. This is an investment trade. I'm not talking about those trades that you can just take and close today. This is an investing trade. So if price like breaks this certain level, because we've already broke one level, which is what this level here, we did break this level. So now if we can come break this here, the horizontal ray, then let's look at price going up. So okay guys, which pair can we go to now?
GBP AUD, sir.
GBP AUD. There's a currency now. Yeah, you see my last setup on this one where I had a sell here. You see, I had a myself.
I can see, but that moved a lot of pips.
Man, I had a good time. I just trade currencies there and there. But guys, did you achieve the goals that you wanted to achieve this year? Higher height.
Yes, by getting your course.
Then the next goal will be putting in the work, you know. That's it. And if you put in the work, you're gonna get the results. You might not get the results the same year, but then like I believe next year you can become the best, you know. So yeah, this is what we call GBP AUD as requested. So we have a 1, 2, 3 calls there, and then we have a 1, 2 where price has to give us the third touch. Then we're gonna go to the daily. So on the daily time frame, we could see that price really gave us a double top, and after the double top, there was a lot going on. So we're gonna go to the 4 hour. So I think there was an impulse and correction there. There was an impulse and correction there. Yeah, you could see after the double top, price gave you an impulse to the downside, and then price came up with a correction. So after the correction, you need to look at on how price is. The chances of price dropping are 100. The chances of price dropping are 100. Because if you could check, even here, guys, you had some corrections. You see, you had some proper corrections, and then those proper corrections gave us a proper sell. So if you were looking at these and you're looking for buys, think about your life. What did you see? The person who said I should come here, what did you see? Did you see buys or sells?
Sales.
Yeah, if you see sales, then you're in the good part, you know. You had a good time. Once you see it, guys, you can never unsee it. I've seen patterns like
Nando's.
Abudi.
I have a question, but it's not related to this
Yeah,
chart.
I'll also have
It's,
an answer.
it's based on risk management. Do you use that break-even method?
First, man, risk management is a huge way. Do you understand? Risk management is a huge way. So we're gonna start here, right? We need to look at the source of income that you have when you look at risk management. You get what I'm saying? We need to look at, there are many factors that when it comes to risk management, the way I risk can never be the same way someone risks. Why? Because our funds are not the same. I can blow 2K right now and fund it instantly. You understand? So if you know that getting funds is a problem, I think you need to follow the break-even method. But then if you know that getting funds, just like me as Manando, I could like just get fund in the simplest way. I can get 5 people for mentorship, then I can fund my own account. So with you, if you know that you have to wait for NSFAS or you have to wait for someone to send you money to fund your account, you're going to have a huge problem. So yeah, my advice would say follow those things.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, follow those risk management stuff. How do you get your money? Are you working 9 to 5, working 5 to 9 or whatever it is called?
9 to 5.
Yeah, 9 to 5.
Yes.
So you see that no rush, you just have to follow risk management because you don't want to see yourself you are not supposed to eat it.
Manando, while we're on GBP AUD, can we please check CHF JPY?
CHF JPY. Let's see if I got it for the week or who's someone is on picking stuff. Finally, a lot of background and it's distracting me. Can you hear the noise, guys?
Yeah, we can hear the noise.
Who is FX? Let me remove FX for a minute. Put in waiting group. Let's see another one talking. You talk, we put you in the waiting room, then you'll decide if you want to be a trader or you want to be a noise maker. But based on this thing that I'm looking at, CHF JPY, I don't think it's tradable. The pound CP. And those with this noise, guys. I don't think this is a tradable setup though.
Yeah, bro. There's no direction.
Yeah. Am I talking to Steve?
Yeah, bro. It's me.
Ring Steve, man. You know, did you go to work?
No. I'm at home. Working from home, man.
I love you, man.
Same here, brother.
Okay. Look at CHF JPY. If we were to look at the if we were to look at the 4 hour, that's when things are starting to be a little bit clear. But then if you looked at the bigger time frame, nothing was tradable there. On the lower time frame, you could see 1, 2, third touch is the reason why price did what it did. And then now we're gonna have these. So again, we might be having 1, 2. What if this is going to be our third touch? Let's look at what price did when it reached that level. Price, we could see price that previously it reached that level and then price did what did drop. When we reached that level, when you reach this level, price did drop. So you can just take that previous drop and when you put it here and it makes sense. You see guys, it makes perfect sense. So that makes perfect sense. You just take the previous impulse and make it the current and then you'll see everything making sense. Making money makes sense. Doing pattern makes sense.
Cool, man. I get you.
Sense.
I see this.
And I think again, man, if you were to look at it, I think I see a head and shoulder setup on the 1 hour. And I can prove that. You know, we just have to prove. You see? Perfect. So with this one, we need to be looking at cells. We need to be looking at cells.
I was on sales yesterday. I took the drop, but I went out.
So and sometimes, you know, like when we have positions, right, we tend to be teched in, teched out, teched in, teched out. See? So you just have to be patient with your positions, you know. First open one and let that one ride. If that one gets into profit, then you can execute. So that's a green flag at that. That shows you that okay, then now we can like continue going. Yeah, so yeah. What's the last one that we can like look at, guys? I think we left it like 8 minutes.
Yes.
And I'll host another Zoom session maybe around 9 o'clock. So what's that last pair that we can look at?
NASDAQ, sir.
NASDAQ.
Because I'm struggling, sir. Hey,
Hey, NASDAQ can make you rich, NASDAQ can make you broke. But it is what it
thing
is.
is, Nando's,
Yeah.
did you find any trade on NASDAQ this week? Because
Yeah, I did. No, not on NASDAQ, on USD. So okay, NASDAQ, higher high, lower low, guys. We trade this thing like a pair and it will make sense. So after the higher high, lower low, if you were to take a trend line from there, going that side, you have 2 touches, right? And then you take a trend line from there to there, you have enough touches, right? And then now we're gonna look at trends inside trends. We're gonna look at trends inside trends. When I say trends inside trends, it will make sense. So when we look at trends inside trends, you could see that inside we had what? A trend, and then a trend. So if you took the breakout of NASDAQ, you could have made money, right? Okay, it's fine. So now price is changing how it was moving. You have your 1, you have your 2, you have your 3. And then on your low again, you have your 1, you have your 2. And then we're gonna go to the 4 hour. I know it's complicated, but then it will make sense. We remove that one. So now we are left with a new structure that we need to like look at. 1, 2, 3. So on the third touch, and if you look at price, remember I said it will make sense, and it surely makes sense. Corey, what you do on the bigger time frame, when you come to the smaller time frame, it will forever make sense. You get it, guys? So this is it. It's making sense right now to me. And I could tell you how it went out. You know, it went up. I tell you how it went up. It went up in a simple formation, impulse correction, you know. And again, guys, if you were to take a trade, there's a trade, 1, 2. So there, that's your trade there. You could have had this trade here. You understand? And then it could have like made sense to you. And again, if you look at the height that we are in now, we are having something like this. And when we are having something like that, we are having it where? In a place where price has the chances of selling. You had the same pattern. This pattern and the pattern that we had right now, it's almost more likely the same pattern. And I can just do this and then put this thing here aside. Understand? That's a pattern that I want. And again, with the bar pattern, I'll just take these. They're the same patterns, they're just not equal in size, you know. They're not equal in size, but then they're the same pattern. So we have this pattern, we have this pattern, you know. So what if this pattern, right? As you could see, this gave us a buy, but then now we need to look at the levels that we're in. We're in a level where price is touching 1, 2, 3. So if we're in levels where price is touching 1, 2, 3, we can flip this pattern. When I say flip, I mean we can do this, you know. It's possible to click this thing and then turn it around. You see, you turn it around. This, put it there, and then, okay, let me remove this one. Then price gives you something like that. Does it make sense?
yes, sir.
So when it gives you something like that, what do we call it? We just flip the structure. Nothing special. It's not something which you can go around saying, yo, did you see what Manando the Goat just did? Yo, that flipping tool is dope. Nah, man, it's trading view. When we were focusing more on trading view, you guys were busy trading on Meta 4 and Meta 5s. So we're gonna go to the 1 hour. On the 1 hour, you could see. But let me check. What time is it? 3:30. I'm gonna give a NASDAQ signal. Then we see how it goes, you know. Because if whenever it reached this level, such a level, price was always giving us that sell syndromes, you know. When I say sell syndrome, it was giving us a sell syndrome. So again, we can have it like this.
Nando's.
Does it make sense? Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay, if it makes sense,
Yeah.
you know we're gonna do what, man? Everything is safe. This is Trading View. What's today's date? It's Wednesday. On Friday we're gonna, but then tomorrow we're still doing a Zoom session. On Friday we're gonna do this thing, or tonight around 9. You can just choose the time. On Friday we have to come back to the chart, and then we look on how price moved, because all the pairs that we analyzed, they'll need to like go back and check, you understand, and then see how many we got. I bet if we analyze 10 out of 10, we got 7 correct, and 3 might be wrong, which is just the probabilities of the market, you know. So I know that, okay, if I analyze 10 pairs, I can get 7 or I can get 8, but not less than 5. I can analyze 10 and get 4. That's unlike me. Okay, guys, so let's look at this structure. I have too much interest in this structure. So that structure, it gave us that selling vibes, you know. And if you can look at the current structure, it also gives me that selling vibe. Get what I'm saying, guys? If you don't get me, maybe one day you'll grow up and get me. it gives me that selling vibe, you know? It gives me that selling vibe. I'm afraid, guys, please work on the charts. These things, they make sense. Each and every time I look at the charts, they just make sense, understand? You know, like, and it makes sense, then you make money. As my boy Ninja says, making money makes sense. You know, guys, making money makes sense, you know. You get what I'm saying, guys? Making money makes sense. That's all I could say to you guys, you know. So guys, I'm left with the market. Shout out, there was a dope class. Hoping guys, are we doing another session today or tomorrow? I'm down. Today I'm down to work, you see.
Yeah, let's do it today again, man.
Okay, we do it today again. Alright, no problem then.
What time?
I will talk on the group.
Sure.
Manando, I think also just to give a suggestion, but I don't know, it's dependent on your availability, because I've seen something about when the market opens, you know, sometimes it opens with with breakthroughs and stuff that will make the analysis look like it's not going its way. So I think in my position where I find